I won't let anybody tell me any different, because I need to follow my dream.
I went to church, kind of like a routine, you go to church every Sunday. That was like how I was raised up with the whole family. I didn't really think much of church besides, like you get to go to church, have fun, hang out with friends, that type of scenario. We went to some youth events here and there, but I mainly just went because of my friends. Out of church, in school, I didn't really have like many friends. I wasn't very social, like you say, which is really weird because, I don't know, I'm like very social now. But back then, I guess it was really hard for me to make friends because I didn't really know how to connect with people. I dealt with depression starting at the age of 13, and I didn't really believe in God at that moment. When you're growing up as a teenager, you kind of you might like play, the whole church role. Like, yeah, I'm a Christian. It didn't really seem all that real to me, especially some of the churches that we went to. We moved around a lot when I was a kid, and so we moved maybe 14 different times. I guess dealing with depression, I was homeschooled. That I wouldn't say that was the cause of it, because there's a lot of schoolers that didn't have that problem. I just didn't really want to connect with them as well. It's just I had some type of anger towards people at that point. So it kind of grew from depression into anger towards people. I think it was hard for me to really adapt with that whole, Christian lifestyle, just because I didn't really take time aside and think about my own life at that point. I was just kind of on the roll, moves, in a normal routine. I was just alright, yeah, I'll be like this for, a while. When you're young, you don't really think about all that, because you're just, busy having fun and living life. But at that point, I was just really struggling from 13 through 16. I don't know, I started really stressing out. It was really weird, after depression came with stress. I think after the age of 16, I started making music. I started making actually hip-hop beats. My dad had a studio, started a studio. Eventually, when I was 17, I kind of transitioned out of hip-hop into rock. Switchfoot was actually an inspiration that kind of turned me into it. I used to listen to the radio a lot, right? And so music was one of my go-tos. Just sit on my bed when I'm not doing anything, just being, lonely or depressed or whatever. I just listened to the radio. And eventually I heard Switchfoot was meant to live, and Dare You Move. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then eventually I looked them up online, and I know they're a Christian band. And that was a huge shocker for me. And I guess from that movement, from their music, it had me starting to write music. Through music, it actually helped me to get past that anger. I don't know what it was, something through music that helps me out. But also that depression as well. So I think music alone, it has a lot of power. I didn't really know the potential of that power until I started writing. And one of the cases being, I actually started writing about different things, and noticed that the songs that were more emotional were actually the ones that actually people could relate to. Of course, it might have been more for me. If they could relate to it, then I made an impact in their life. If it was positive at the very end. But eventually, I guess after writing for a year or so, I kind of, I guess you'd say, gave God another chance. Because I came to a point where it was just the very end, it's gonna be here, God, this is gonna be all or nothing. I'm either gonna give this my all, or else I'm just gonna leave it alone. I want to be wearing a rubber mask in church, pretty much. Telling people about different things that I went through was always hard for me, just because I didn't really know how to relate to them, because people go through different things. I feel like depression was, just kind of a normal thing through music, it changed my life. But I think the music, it helped me to find God again. Just because without music, I would have had nothing to really set my mind on and really focus on my life. Because I guess in music and art, just in general, you really have to like break down everything. It's really cool how music and how God can move through music. God does move through many different things, music being one of them, and that really is what happened to me. After realizing, I guess, or made a purpose, or finding a purpose for my life, it was just like all uphill from that point on. But everyone has a purpose in life. If you have to find that purpose by yourself, or if it just kind of finds you, you know, eventually you will find it, and just don't give up, because that's gonna leave you rock bottom.